Welcome to Everest Productions. The stream will begin shortly.
Hello, I'm back in action. Good to see you all. It's been a hectic month. Hold on. Sound like I'm blah, 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 blah. Good to see you all, or whoever's in the chat. I don't know. So we got news to talk about today. Hello, Battlefront Archives. How you doing? So we got a lot to talk about today. We got to talk about Revitalized. We're going to talk about Ahsoka. And I might get into the Ahsoka stuff first. You gotta rip off a band-aid. We're gonna talk about some Batman news. Some great Batman news. People are gonna be excited. I think people are gonna be well excited for this Batman announcement coming up. Although I want to make it clear. Hold on, I got news. No, there's nothing. I lost my train of thought, but back into it. We got Batman, we got Ahsoka, Revitalized. We're going to talk about some other stuff. We're going to talk about tier lists, maybe. I don't know. It's just a fun September Q&A. Ask me a question. Ask Me Anything, whatever the hell it's called. But I'm guessing before we get into it, since a lot of people aren't here, we're going to talk about Ahsoka. The spoilers, have me on mute till the spoiler thing is removed if you've not seen the latest episode of Ahsoka. Because and prepare your unsub button because I know some people are love to unsub when I give my opinion. It's not petty or anything, but whatever. But this Ahsoka show lately has been a mixed bag for the most part. There were some highs with the there was some highs with the the Thrawn. There were some highs with the Anakin episode, but then there were some lows too in the very same episode. I feel like the first episode of this or the first few episodes of this show are weak, just weak. And I still think episode 4 is the best episode of this show. Is what I thought the show was going to be about. Nope. But the last episode, hear me out, Battlefront Archives, or I know who you are, but here's how I'm going to rip into it. So we're going to continue on where they use the whales to go to another galaxy, which is another desert planet. Looks like Rohan. It looks like the same planet they used for Andor, but we know they filmed it in the volume, so it's not that. And we finally get to meet Thrawn, who is played by the same actor who voiced him in Clone Wars. Oh, I forgot. They meet the Night Sisters, who are like the ancestors called the Dathomiri. I found this all interesting. Um, uh, Sabine obviously was used by Shen. No surprise there. Very, very quality writing. Um, not Shen, Balin. Excuse me. And from here on out, I think Thrawn is a good. Thrawn is Thrawn. I think he looks kind of weird in live action. Uh, but it's the same actor. It is the same actor who voiced him, and for the most part, I think he does fit. People say he's fat. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think they needed a lanky person. Maybe it was just the angles they used for him, but his clone legion is kind of weird. The design, I'm like, why do they have these gold Roman like things and stuff? I honestly felt it was, I don't know how to put it. He's got a bit of a chub and tuck. Yeah. Yeah. Will I continue the Revitalized series? We're gonna get into that. But I'm talking about Ahsoka right now. I have a what if idea. We'll post it. Just post your ideas in the chat, and I'll read them. But back to what I was saying. All right. So this is where I think the Thrawn is good. The clone trooper, the stormtroopers look okay. I just think they were made for to sell more toys the way they are with the red tape. I don't know why they need red tape, but whatever. But Thrawn, it's the same actor, so I can't complain against him. Although I did make a joke that he looked like Elon Musk, so he's like Grand Admiral Musk, and he's gonna turn the Empire into X. But What happens next is probably where this episode is just dumb. This episode is dumb, in my opinion. So they let Ahsoka, for some reason, Thrawn nonchalantly lets her go and find Ezra Bridger in the wilderness. This is stupid. And I'm like, why didn't he try to kill Ezra Bridger? Why is he out there? That's one. That's strike one. But the this whole like just I just from here on out I was falling asleep again because the journey, the adventures of Sabine and Witchland, I just did not care about. I did not care about the goofiness with her dog. I don't care about the turtle people. And I didn't care about her reunion with Ezra because I thought the twist was, and this would have been a good Thrawn thing, and this is writing, and this is what I thought was going to happen. Ezra was with Thrawn the whole time as his leader of his guard. He's been brainwashed. And basically, Thrawn is just having her go on a wild goose chase. No, Ezra's living with these goofy ass Disney esque turtle people. Uh, there's like red stormtrooper Tusken Raiders. I was interested to see what like creativity they could come up with, them going to the other, edge, another galaxy to rescue Thrawn. But it turns out that this it turns out like I didn't expect this Disney Mickey Mouse shit. Not only the only good like stuff about this episode, I think, was the stuff with Balin and Shin. Balin is a riveting character in my opinion. Um the actor Ray Stevenson elevates him. Just such an interesting character, a new take on a Jedi. You know, every time he's on screen and everything, his relationship with his apprentice, I think it works for that character. And personally, I think he should be the one that's leading this quest. I don't care about the Night Sisters, and I don't know what the Night Sisters are involved. I guess they made a deal with Thrawn. It makes no sense. Personally, I don't. I just don't know. I just don't know. And this again, the show's back to being bland and boring after the episode 5, which was kind of a high, but not really. With the space whales, that was goofy, um, et cetera, yada yada yada. Um, but yeah, this show is not doing it for me, and I'm sure people will hate me for my opinion. Go ahead, throw a apple at me if you think I'm wrong, but this is just how I feel. So that's my thoughts on the latest episode of Ahsoka. Hopefully, maybe this show goes out with a bang. I'm not looking, I'm not feeling that will though, but this is such a bad take. Bullshit. If I fall asleep watching a show, then something's not doing it for me. If I roll my eyes watching a show, then something's not doing with me. No, you can't. What if Plagueis and Palpatine succeeded in making the dyad according to canon? The dyad can be used to access limitless powers. What if they use the dyad to imbue minions with the. That's actually a really nice original idea. I like this. This is really good. This is a very creative idea. I like this. I'm writing this down. That's a really good idea. Good idea, Steven. That's a very original what if. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Nah, ever speaking facts. I'm not speaking facts. I'm just giving my opinion. Like I don't know how anyone could like like even Thrawn, there were some bits with Thrawn that I felt like uh he's a good actor, but the writing just doesn't. Sometimes it didn't feel like near the end of the episode, Thrawn was doing, he was thinking things, and but I think Thrawn was still the best part. With Balin was the best, like the only real issue to give a shit about this episode. I don't care about the adventures of Sabine in Witchland, or better yet, Rohan, because it looks like Rohan. It's her dog. She's like calls him a coward and walks away, and I groaned. I didn't think that was funny. I thought that was stupid. Uh, her little puppy and the turtle people that Ezra's living with was goofy. It's goofy. I can't. I can't like justify why I should like this if I'm not like the the I thought Ezra Bridger was going to be the leader of Thrawn's, Thrawn. It would have been so great if Thrawn, this whole goofy adventure into the wilderness, somehow, Sabine finds Ezra not too far away from this whole like temple. I don't know how long she was. They don't explain these things. But I thought Ezra was going to be the leader of the stormtroopers, and it was going to be a twist. That would have been so Thrawn. That was, and it wasn't. He's living with these turtle people that look like they're out of some Disney. I cannot justify this. It is. Oh my god! I'm tired of hearing this. Have you seen Rebels? Have you seen Rebels? Why do we have to watch Rebels? Why do we have to watch Rebels to understand this? It should be standalone. It should be stand alone. This is, you know, imagine I'm a normie, okay? And I'm like, well, I don't like, I don't care for CGI stuff, It's the same thing. You do not need to these shows if the show depends on another show for you to care for it, then it's failed in its trying to do things. You don't when you watch Andor, and do you need to watch anything else to understand that show? No, you don't even have to watch Rogue One. Another thing I hate is Sabine. I don't care about Sabine. She was cool in Rebels, but here I'm like, I just don't care. I don't care. I don't know why she needs to be a Jedi. I just do not care. I do not care about. I'm getting like irritated. I'm getting irritated. See, Wilhelm understands a show needs to stand on its own. Exactly. You just proved my point. You just proved my point, Battlefront Archives. I know you like Rebels. You can think Andor's boring. You can hate it. You can love it. People can't admit that Andor did things differently. Well, this show is trying to. Mahler put it greatly. Star Wars needs to grow up, move on. Andor was going in that path, but the the fact that a show needs to this should depend on all right, let's go by live action. People know Ahsoka from Mandalorian. In case they've never seen, they know Ahsoka from Boba Fett. They don't know Ahsoka if they've seen Clone Wars. The Anakin stuff in the show at least address that better. I'm not even a fan of Mahler, but I do agree with his take that people, a fandom menace fools. I don't watch Geeks and Gamers. Fandom menace fools. Mahler, sometimes he has horrible takes on things, but there was that one video. Hello, Brandon Looney Tunes fan. How you doing? But back to this. You know, the title of my diet. The title of my idea is Diet of Evil. What if Plagueis and Palpatine formed a diet? I don't. I really don't need his input right now. Not you, Steven. There's someone else in the room. That's. Thank you, Brandon Looney Tunes fan. I don't watch Mahler. Someone sent me a link to one of his latest takes, and I agree with it. So sorry if that triggered you. But no. Wilhelm Studio says, sorry, but cartoons still have a connotation to children, and you're not going to get general adults to watch that cartoon. Exactly. Do I want to have a stream with me on my channel? Maybe in the future, Brandon. What if Padme became Abeloth? Abeloth? How would that work? Disney canon versus original EU canon is like New Coke versus Classic Coke. We're attached to Classic Coke, and you can slap the name Coke on it and call it New Coke, but it's not Coke. Exactly. Exactly. As an animation major, that is part of the problem. Animation is not just for kids. I mean, have you seen Rebels? A lot of Rebels turned me off because it was goofy and mainly for kids. There was stuff maybe towards the end that my favorite Looney Tunes character. My favorite Looney Tunes character, Daffy Duck. Actually, it's either Daffy Duck or that's kind of an odd question. Elmer Fudd. I'm shooting wabbits. What if Ahsoka was close with Fives instead of Rex? Oh yeah, I forgot to read your comment, Mad Smoke. I don't know if anything would really change, but is this about that Batman comic dub series? Um, is about that. Me and George are. Well, I'm gonna get into that Auditex, but yeah, I'm gonna announce. He didn't make that. We worked on that together. I'm the producer on that. He, uh, he is the director, but he does run the show, so I can't, argue against that. I'm not saying animation is just for kids, but that's still the public consensus on it. That's not gonna change anytime soon, especially when you're talking about Rebels and Clone Wars kids shows. Exactly, exactly. My dad never watched Clone Wars until we watched it together recently on Disney Plus. Makes sense. Thank you for understanding, Auditech. But no, I don't need to watch Rebels to know that what I'm watching there even this show contradicts stuff made in Rebels. I'm not gonna, your show fails if you need to watch something else to understand it. And it's not does this say Rebels Part 2 on the title? I think it should. Um, but no, I fell, I fell asleep. I fell asleep during Sabine's adventures. I had to force myself awake to watch the rest. It was a joke, in my opinion. So I'm giving this episode a 5 out of 10. I don't care. I really just don't care. Balin's the best part of the show, and yeah, but are you would a normie care? Normies won't. I'm talking about normies in general. Will they care? You can't. Not everyone's gonna want to watch animation. Uh, Certainly. Just like a lot of people don't want to read a book. You know, People talk about the EU a lot, but they never read the books. They only heard general things about it, like Mara Jade and etc. Okay, I know people that just watched The Mandalorian and never watched the OT, and they understood it fine. Mando's, yes, I agree, except for season 3. I think Mando season 3 sucks, but that's just it's not bad. It's just mediocre. He contradicts one scene, and it's all down to what clothes Ahsoka wears. They do. I have seen it. The normies do not watch. Do I'm taught. Do Some people don't even know who Ahsoka is, but they've only gone by the movies. No, we don't talk about that. I still think episode 4 is the best episode of Ahsoka. I wish I didn't know who Ahsoka was. I think he is a good character here and there. But man, lately she's just become the Mary Sue, or if he becomes the true hero of this new era of things, I'm gonna be like, ugh. There's only Luke Skywalker. He's the hero, in my opinion. Things should revolve around Luke, not Ahsoka. If Hair of the Empire or Dave Filoni's Hair of the Empire is just Ahsoka versus Thrawn and includes Luke not him whatsoever, I'm not interested. Luke Skywalker should be the one to bring balance to the galaxy. You don't need. In fact, where's Luke during this show? Thoughts on Darth Maul and Rebels? I liked Darth Maul in Rebels. He brought something to it. Did he need to be in Rebels? I don't think so, but he did have a good resolution, I think, in that show. I would have liked to have seen it in live action, though. His death to Obi-Wan Kenobi. CG Luke will be in Hair of the Empire, maybe for a cameo. I don't believe he will be the leader. He will be the lead. I'm talking about front and center, Luke Skywalker, not just coming in at the end or making a cameo appearance for maybe 10. You know, Ahsoka always was a Mary Sue. She's the main character who was always by his side, but somehow never mentioned before, and she has a magical. Funny enough, I haven't seen that owl in that show. I saw the owl in what do you call it? Mandalorian season 2, but haven't seen it in this show. Kind of odd. The main character's apprentice. I also feel like the Anakin scene is okay to her character, but I think it adds nothing to this main story. I think it's just filler. Yeah, that'll trigger people. How could you say that? Yeah. All right, moving on. Uh, I'm to talk about Revitalized. Um, well, you're gonna be surprised because I feel like he's not gonna be even remotely a part of that movie until the ending. He's gonna appear like he's gonna have a role maybe twice the size of Mando season two or Book of Boobaloo. But Revitalized. So we're the success of the Rise of Skywalker is we're almost to 60K, biggest video we released on this channel. But biggest video we released on this channel. I'm very proud of it. Um, but now we're gonna talk about. But now we're gonna talk about some. Hold on, some stuff's coming through. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's gonna have any merit. A poster, right? Uh huh. Just like Luke and Grogu in that poster, which I still have. I haven't opened it yet. I don't. I just don't. You're going off a poster. Let me see here. You've seen it. Do you work at Lucasfilm? Have you seen In My Mind's Eye? Your Mind's Eye. Okay, well, let's talk about Revitalize. This is nonsense. Revitalize. So, yep, celebrating the movie. Big success. Getting growing our channel. Excellent. Um, so there's a couple things. Yeah, you're revitalized. Yep. So there is. So I'm proud to announce that we are continuing the series. I'm going to finish chapter 5 here, maybe around November. Um, we, you know, there was chapter 4, I think, chapter 3. Um, but no, we're going to try to get the season done by by 2025, maybe. Hopefully, try to. Might not happen, but it's a good idea to get revitalized down. I'll talk more about it. So, yeah, yeah. Well, some people don't watch the shows; they just watch the movies. And personally, I think that's fine. Maul doesn't need to really, he's pretty. He's only his presence there is only for the Duel of the Fates. But no, no, no. Um, but the um, so a lot of people have asked me. I'm gonna like dispel some rumors here since I wish there's more people here, but I'm gonna dispel some rumors. Um, gonna blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna dispel some rumors. And like put some knit some buds here because I've seen a lot of comments. But I will not be doing a Force Awakens revitalized. That's done. There will not be a Force Awakens revitalized. Let be known. Um, I think Force Awakens is good on its own. Just watch that and then watch my other two. So I might remove, or I might work on the revitalized recap. I mean, there's not much to go on about. Um, I might redo it from the beginning because I wasn't a fan of using the AI voices solely on it, like all the AI. The Laura Santeca one was great, but the rest I think were soulless. And but it was maybe you should do a Jedi Council Acts of War revitalized. I'm only focusing on the movies and my show for now. I might do. I was thinking of doing. Um. And I don't know how you would put it that way. Uh. What I would do besides, revitalize the sequel trilogy and the show. Funny enough, what I imagined for Revitalized came true with the Ahsoka series and everything. So I'm predicting everything. I'm a predictor. Are you planning what if Ahsoka joined Mall Part 3? That's already done. I'm just doing the visuals and it's taking a while, Mad Smoke. So just be patient. There's more what ifs on the way. Our one of our writers is going through personal stuff. Can't dis- discuss it, but they will be coming back soon, as they say. But I want to give them all the time and love they need before we continue working on what ifs again. So, what if Mara Jade isn't human? What if Mara Jade was acting as an emissary for Sith purebloods who formed a hidden empire allied with Sheev in the Peridian galaxy and sent her to kill Luke? That's a little too complicated. That's a little too complicated, but I do have one announcement though. Um, so uh, I've been working on something pretty special. The last year, I've been writing a script. Um, and you write scripts and stuff. I wrote. It took me a year to write these. Not necessarily done with this script, but I think it's getting to a point where I might need to address it because I think I'm very, I did if you watch the revitalized movies, there was a scene in episode 4 that was kind of unaddressed afterwards. And you know, it's it's blah 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 blah. It's I'm multitasking. Sorry, everyone. Itch. Damn it. Uh, sorry. My rage. I know what is can take a long time. I watched Star Wars Elseworlds, so I get it. Yes, Star Wars Elseworlds. He takes a long time too. I've talked with him before, so so basically the script that I'm working on, and I want you guys all to this is I don't want you guys all to it's been a while. Uh I started it last year after episode 4. But and I kind of I kind of nodded at it a little bit in the revitalized movie, The Rise of Skywalker. But I think it's I think it's about time we revealed it. Now give me a second here. But the next revitalized project, and the big one besides the this is the big one besides the series that I already said was working on. A movie that's coming out next year, maybe sooner than next year, but it's gonna have all the characters you love. It's gonna have Darth Vader, the Emperor, uh, maybe Han Solo. It's gonna have the Grand Inquisitor, and it's set after Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the this the character that um but it's about a character that everyone loves, and I think it's about time we give her her due. So, the next revitalized movie that is coming out next year, Mara Jade, Hand of the Emperor, a revitalized tale. So, Mara Jade is finally getting her own movie, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. This will follow her origins with the Emperor all the way to the events of the revitalized TV show, and we're going to get a little rivalry with uh, uh, Mara Jade and Darth Vader, who sees her as an obstacle in his way to overthrow the Emperor. So I'm very excited. Um, this was, but this will be the next revitalized movie. Hopefully, we can get it started. But this is just an announcement for now. I haven't really no footage. We haven't started on it yet, but the script is halfway there. Um, but I'm hoping one of the big things I'm hoping is that our dear Diana Kennedy will return to voice Mara Jade, and it will feature the whole cast. Hopefully, I'm hoping they'll come back for this fantastic movie coming out next year. So this is the next revitalized movie. Uh, Mara Jade, Hand of the Emperor. That's one of the big announcements I wanted to make. So, hey. Now, on to other announcements. So, that's with Revitalized and the Mara Jade movie coming out. Um, what's next in the what's next on the Everest? Well, the next another big project we're working on. It's finally coming to fruition. Um, Let me bring it up here. I guess I might as well say, some things never die, but I have been getting requests to continue this series all year long. And fuck, if I can find it. Excuse my language, but geez. Um, but the next big project that we're gonna focus on, and if I could find uh the galaxy is at war. The galaxy. All right, let me get my dramatic voice. The galaxy is at war, and the and the chair. Oh man, I'm failing at this already. If I found my thumbnail, I would. Okay, here it is. There we go. The galaxy is at war, and the blah, blah, blah. The galaxy is at war, and the adventure, the investigation into the mysterious chair continues as we continue with Labyrinth Part of Evil Part 2. This is a pretty big one. Another feature length audio drama coming out. There might be visuals to it, but we also it's been a year working on it, so I can't wait to share it with you guys. Labyrinth of Evil Part 2. Um, we also have, if I could, yeah, we also are working on the other finale to the Labyrinth saga. Labyrinth of Evil Part 3, The Invasion of Coruscant. That will be yeah, that will be coming out this one will come out next year because it's going to take another year for all the voice actors to deliver their lines. Hopefully, this will be come out in spring, and then the whole Labyrinth of Evil as a whole will be released. Sometime around. Sometime around. It's got to be in the summer. So the hello, Alti. How you doing? Palpatine has become a shiz. No, that's a cool picture. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. Um, I've been actually contemplating in remaking Labyrinth of Evil in jet movie duels like I did Revitalized. I might start. I did do some tests on that, but again, visually, you gotta imagine these things, especially if you're doing something in movie duels. So maybe there will be a movie version of Labyrinth of Evil. Unfortunately, I'll have to remove the copyright music. I will say though, starting today, all YouTube releases will have non-copyright music for the audio dramas and such and such. However, I will be releasing copyrighted, the original tracks and the lossless audio with copyright music on internetarchive.org. So if you want to hear the John Williams music, I will make that available to people not listening to this on YouTube. So that unfortunately, I want to I want to stop getting copyright claims on my stuff. So we're not going to do copyright music anymore with this stuff. But we are going to use stuff that's, influenced and, it'll still get you in the same mood. Uh, but if you want to listen to copyright music, you just gotta wait for the copyright versions available on archive.org, which I will make available to you. In fact, um, I have the fan I have the fan version of let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. Okay. Labyrinth of Evil. Trying to find it. Sorry, folks. Aha, here it is. Here it is. I do have the downloadable version of part one available for people. Link that in the chat. There you go. Again, this is lossless, not compressed. So please go ahead, go quickly and download that. Uh, that will be on archive.org, and I'll also post part two. Let me know if yes, well, yes, Auditect. Well, what music will we use? Yes, if you again, if we can get some inspired music from like the prequels, that's not the same tracks. That's good. Commander Cody movie needs to happen, one by Disney or otherwise. I don't know about Commander Cody. I think he should have went bad guy. I think they wasted his character again in Disney canon, but that's just me. I was hoping he would be the opposite of Captain Rex. But on to the next big project. Um, my our dear Captain George has returned, and I can safely say that we are gonna hopefully we're working on bringing back Batman again. It's been a while, so Batman: The Adventures Continues will hopefully return. This is going to be pretty cool. See, and the cast is all back. There will be some minor new additions, but the showrunner Captain George is back in action, and he wants to bring the love of Batman: The Adventures Continue. We're going to give all our love, and we're going to remember the dear great Kevin Conroy. Uh, we're gonna it's I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of mentors, especially. um uh but uh so yeah, Batman's back. Good to see Batman. And uh oh yes, we have another announcement to make. Announcement. Let me see if I can find it. What happened to it? Is in backup? This gotta be in backup. I think I talked about this on another Q&A, but is this it? So, a series that's been long forgotten and never got finished. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it? I think this is it. Um, one I've kind of felt sad because it never got finished, and I guess we're gonna can finish it off. Here we go. Dark Disciple is gonna finally. Mentors is a great arc. Yes, I agree with that. I did read through it. Um, Mentors. mentors. I mean, Darth Disciple is gonna finally get an ending. So that's also gonna be finished up. The cast is pretty stoked for it. I'm gonna go back and remaster. I might from scratch just restart the whole thing and do this from the beginning. So, um, uh, again, out of tech. Yes, Dark Disciples coming back. Good to know. I think you did some lines for that out of tech. So I look forward to it. Um, so another big project, which I think I want to start working on soon. I mentioned this during the well, Captain George is. I'm also thinking of doing Batman stuff again, but not Batman, not just Batman, DC, and I have a vision for it. I can't wait to. But let me see. I gotta look for this stuff. So there, I've started on a spec script, and hopefully I'll work on it with some other people. But we are going to talk about doing. Yes, Autech. Yes, you're very good in that. We are going to talk about doing the upcut a kind of fan speculation of Zack Snyder's Part Two of Justice League. Now this will be a version. This would kind of be a fan. I don't know how I'm going to put this or how it's going to be done. Um, I mentioned it that this would be a two-parter like audio thing, and it is. But the biggest thing I wanted to do was kind of uh, um, I'm gonna call. Let me see, Justice League. We're gonna just call this Justice League in the banner, but um, this is something I started doing, started working on, and it's kind of a. It's not exactly. Listen, I like Zack Snyder, but his story. There's some story issues with his spec script that he did. Um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of do the way that connects more to how he did edit that Zack Snyder Justice League, and also edit some of the bad decisions. Like he did, like he wrote that Batman had a relationship with Lois Lane. No, that's out the door. But the biggest thing I really want to see from the Justice League project, as I'm calling it, you know, uh, I really want to see expanding that nightmare sequence into just a full-fledged like movie kind of, the flashbacks maybe like like they flow to each other like the Godfather Part 2 with so and I really want to see some great voice acting. I could just imagine, I know some people that do a great dark side, and it's going to be cool to see this, hopefully if it comes to fruition. But for now, we're going to call it the Justice League, Untitled Justice League Project. But that will be one of the projects I will be leading. Maybe it'll be a co-lead. If it'll be pretty big project, but I think this is the pro. Well, I think I'm gonna start working on this after I finish the next few projects like Labyrinth of Evil Part Two and so and so. So, yep, the Untitled Justice League project. Hopefully, and I want you all. And I want you all to come up with your best title ideas. What should this Justice League thing? Oh, I'll bring up a poll and I want to hear your thoughts. I'm also going to make a community post of this untitled Justice League project that will work. What would you want Zack Snyder's hypothetical part two Justice League be? So, yeah, that's, I think that's about it. I've covered pretty much all. I'm canceling Justice League Come Together. That sounds like one title. But I think that's about it. We discussed there's my dear director of Batman Adventure Continues. He's the showrunner. I'm only the producer. It's his baby, so he's the leader of the Batman. Again, give a big thanks to Captain George for this. We worked on it together. Um, but it is his baby, so I'm giving it to him, and he's back in action. So he's bringing back Batman. Uh, I'm finishing Labyrinth of Evil this season. Revitalized is getting a Mara Jade movie plus some new episodes. The new episodes will come before the Mara Jade movie. The Mara Jade movie might not come out till next year, but I don't think it'll take that long, especially when I have the idea in my head. Um, anything else? I don't think there's anything else. I'm going to talk more about Ahsoka next week. God, I hate. So far, I hate that. I don't hate that show, but I'm just disappointed with it. Um, I say a lot, right? I'm not really. Um 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 um. When it's just me on stream alone, it's kind of like um um. But we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to thank Auditect, or Wilhelm Trooper Studios, Auditect, Captain George, Alti, myself, and then Battlefront Archives and Mad Smoke. Mad Smoke. Oh, and Steven Irizarry, who had a really interesting diad idea. Ugh. Oh, and then Brandon Looney Tunes fan. I think that's it. I think I got everyone. So again, thank y'all for coming. Um, this is a great Q&A. Just announcing projects really, and some projects I canceled again. I'm gonna cancel that Indiana Jones project. I'm kind of burnt out of Indiana Jones. There were some others. The Revenge of the Sith novelization. I'm gonna just do snippets of that instead of a whole like. We'll have to talk about that because there's stuff that came up that it's. I don't think that project's de-Snydered. We did get a de-Snydered Auditech. We got a Josh Whedon movie that was horrible. Uh, uh, what if Joris Bayoff was redeemed? That might be an interesting idea. Luke did want to redeem him. Also on the German radio drama, it's pronounced Cybial. Oh, interesting. But to wrap it up, thank y'all for coming, and this is just my monthly Q&A. So holla, and please keep supporting the whales. Please support the whales. Support the pod. Something. It's got the same voice. That actually sounds that's actually an interesting thing. Because Auditect, I did use the AI a while ago to do like a Hair of the Empire thing, and the lore sent I did it like, and I used the lore, the Skyrim lines of Max von Shadow for for the Joris lines, and it came out pretty good. Does the Lady Lumina Crate Burgess exist in Revitalized? Maybe. We'll have to see. But I'm ending it here. So thank y'all for coming. Yahoo!